Hi guys, my name is Kiki and today I wanted to share with you how I was able to completely reverse all of my health issues and lose 40 pounds quickly with no calorie counting, calorie restriction, portion control, none of that. So like so many of you guys, I had a lot of health issues and I tried everything. I tried changing my diet, I tried all of these supplements to help me get better, and I just could not seem to get any significant improvement. And as time went on, it seems like my symptoms were getting worse and worse, and I just couldn't seem to lose the weight that I needed to lose for general health. So what were my health issues? I had high blood pressure, high cholesterol and triglycerides. I had high blood sugar. I had been considered pre-diabetic for about 7 years. I also had a host of female issues going on. I had basically been bleeding for about 1.5 years straight. I had severe cramps and severe PMS, and I was starting to get cystic acne that, as the months went on, was getting worse and worse. So I started researching and I started looking at the work of several well-known medical doctors that are very well respected. One of those doctors being Dr. John Mcdougall, and I read his book called The Starch Solution, and it has completely changed my life. So these doctors are saying that you can prevent and reverse sickness and disease through how you eat. Well, that's not news to me because I have been trying for years to do just that, to no avail. So I was desperate. I didn't know what else to do, so I decided to go ahead and keep reading and see what these doctors were saying. Well, they say that a high-starch, low-fat, plant-based diet is the way to reverse disease and maintain health in your body, and weight loss is just an effortless byproduct of this lifestyle. So I had been plant-based before, which is vegan, and I could not sustain that lifestyle. It was a ton of preparation, a ton of work. I just couldn't see eating fruits and vegetables and nuts and seeds the rest of my life. I was hungry all the time, and I eventually gave up. But these doctors propose a completely different view or version of vegan eating than I had ever heard of. So like I said, they say you should eat a high starch, low fat, plant-based diet. So I had tried everything, why not? So I started trying to eat this way. So I cut out all animal products, so no meat, cheese, eggs, dairy, fish, bacon. I used to consider bacon its own magical food group. None of that. I cut that all out, and I reduced significantly the amount of fat I was consuming, because these doctors show how fat is very damaging to your body and it makes you fat. So I significantly reduced the amount of avocado I was eating. I no longer ate nut butters because they're so high in fat. I reduced the amount of nuts and seeds I was eating, and I completely stopped cooking with oils. So no more sauteing vegetables in oils or roasting anything with oil. And I just started learning how to cook them in different ways. So I also started eating a bunch of starch, and starches are potatoes, sweet potatoes, rice, beans, lentils, whole grains like quinoa, kamut, amaranth, millet. I would eat whole grain pastas, lots of corn as well. And it was kind of fun because I hadn't really eaten a whole lot of carbs in the last 7 years. I had been high protein, high fat, low carb, and I was just getting worse and worse. So I was nervous to start eating all these carbs, but I was convinced by what these doctors were saying and the thousands and thousands of testimonies that they were sharing of all these people that have converted to this way of eating, that have been able to lose weight and reverse all their health issues. So I just started picking out, and they say when you're hungry, eat. So I would eat a meal and I'd be hungry a little bit later, so I'd eat some more starch. I ate bowls of rice with veggies and teriyaki sauce. I'd make burritos full of rice and beans and corn and hot sauce. I would eat tons of bowls of spaghetti, of whole wheat pasta with low fat or fat-free marinara and some bread and some salad. I basically just started eating lots of starches, veggies, fruits, low in the nuts and seeds, but I was satisfied and I was starting to feel better. Week by week, my health was improving. I was losing 4 pounds a week, which was crazy because I wasn't watching any of that. I was just eating. And 3 months in, I went back to the doctor and had all my blood work done. And my doctor comes running back into the room and she's like, "What have you been doing?" She's like, "Your blood work is all perfect. How did you do that? And how did you lose 25 pounds in 3 months?" So that was pretty exciting. Everything was perfect. All my blood sugar, triglycerides, cholesterol, blood pressure, everything was textbook. And I was starting to see significant improvements in my acne and all the female stuff I had going on. Plus I had lost 25 pounds. So 8 months in, all my female issues had completely resolved. I was no longer bleeding irregularly, no PMS, no cramps, which is insane. Like I've had cramps my entire menstruating life, and now I don't have cramps during my period, which is amazing. I have lost a total of 40 pounds so far, and I still feel like I am losing a little bit of weight slowly, but it is just a byproduct of eating whole, healthy, nutritious, high starch, low fat, plant-based foods. And I'm just sharing my journey because I want to make this information available to anybody who needs it and wants to give it a try, because it has so positively impacted and changed my life forever. I'm not gonna lie to you and say that it's an easy transition. It's not. It was difficult to give up all those foods and then to figure out how to eat. But that's why I'm making these videos, is I want to help you guys get through that transition and simplify it for you, because I wish there'd been somebody to simplify it for me. So I feel like I've learned some things and I want to share that with you guys. So stick around, subscribe, hang in with me. I'm going to be loading as many videos as fast as I can about the information that I learned, my recipes, my tips and tricks, how to make things easier, my convenience foods, all that stuff. You guys can find me on Instagram at Plantiful Kiki and Facebook as well.